All right, hi. Today I'll be sharing with you a lesson plan that I would like to use on some of my 10th through 12th grade students. In this planning session, I will go over my lesson plan, the materials, um, the resources that I would use, the standards that I will hit, and I will talk about each of the activities within the um, lesson plan as well. So the first thing is the title of the lesson, which is the career versus lifestyle. The reason that I wanted to do a lesson plan over this is because I feel it's really important that students understand that sometimes they don't really know how much things cost, and they may think that they will want to do a specific career path until they find out that they're not going to make enough to live the way that they want to live. So I think it's important to kind of merge those two worlds together and have them understand that, maybe them working at, the drive-through at Whataburger isn't a good career choice for the way that they want to live. Or maybe that is. It just kind of depends on the student. So my lesson plan involves researching their chosen career path as of right now, and then also researching or doing a reality check of how much things really cost and if their career aligns with the way that they want to live. So to start off, this is for 10th through 12th grade students. I feel that that is a good age range for this, even more so 10th and 11th grade, just because they are kind of still figuring out, if they're going to go to college and, what they want to study. So my learning objectives are that students will understand the importance of post-secondary education. Students will understand the requirements and salary range of their career choices. And students will learn about lifestyle expenses and determine if their career will support their lifestyle. Some of the standards in this lesson that I'm using are including career opportunities, labor market trends, global economics to help students develop immediate and long-term range plans. Also to help students cross-reference individual assessment results from ONET with occupational and career goals. And then also to help students understand the importance of post-secondary education and or training as a pathway to a career. So those are my standards. The materials needed for this lesson plan are a computer with internet access, one per student if that's possible. My 3-2-1 worksheet, which is Appendix A, the career research worksheet, which is Appendix B, some pencils and sticky notes. So the introduction to my lesson plan will include an icebreaker activity. So first the counselor will, of course, introduce themselves and remind students how that they can be accessed in emergencies and for other guidance. And then the counselor will also pass out the Appendix A 3-2-1 worksheet to the students to have them fill out. So that worksheet, I will share my screen so I can see it. Okay, so the 3-2-1 worksheet looks like this. The counselor is welcome to cut this up into 4 different smaller pages. And it asks the students what their 3 short-term goals are, 3 long-term goals, and then 1 career that they're interested in. So this does several things. This gets them kind of thinking about their goals, but also what career they're going to want to research later on in this activity. So this is to kind of, get them already thinking, and then they can share these with other students in the class to get them to get to know each other if they are unfamiliar with other kids in the guidance lesson. So this is a great opportunity for some interactions to happen and also for them to hear other ideas from other students. So maybe they don't know what career they're interested in. They might be able to hear some other students' choices while they're sharing these out. The counselor should give about 10 minutes for this activity for them to fill out as well as share, no more than 10 minutes. The next part of the lesson is the actual activity for the day, which is first to research their chosen career path on ONET. So I would give the students the worksheet on Appendix B, which is career research. And they would just choose at the time their top career choice. And as the counselor, I would tell them that they can pick anything right now. I just want them to kind of find out some more information about it. So they would put their career choice here, and then they would answer these 5 questions using ONET to do that. So the first question is, how much is the annual salary? That way they can see how much they would be making per year. The level of education that they need. So I've given them some examples here: an associate's degree, bachelor's, master's, or doctorate. Number 3, do you need job training or a certification or license? So something additional to a degree, so a teaching certificate, nursing license, or something of the sort. A lot of times I've found that students don't think about the extras that they have to obtain other than just a cert or a education. So, on top of their degree, they don't realize that they have to take maybe a test, or they have to get certified in something additional to having their degree. So I think that's an important question to ask them. Number 4, what specific skills do you need? Give at least 5. ONET gives some awesome skills, and it explains what each of the skills mean. I think that's important for the students to look over and pick the top 5 skills that they find they'll need in that career or that occupation. And then number 5, what work activities are performed in this career? Give at least 5. So that again gives them the opportunity to look up what types of things does that career actually do? What things would they be performing in that career path? So this is all coming off of ONET, and this is the only website that they will be able to use to find this information. As the counselor, I would also do a demonstration of ONET as well before just sending them off to use it. That way they understand how to do that. So this should be a total of about 10 minutes or so of them researching their chosen career path. The next step to this lesson is after they have done their research, then the students will perform the reality check. So you'll have them still keep their paper, but kind of set it to the side and tell them that they will now be doing or visiting Texas Reality Check. So Texas Reality Check is an awesome website that it uses a lifestyle calculator. So I'll ask them a variety of questions about, do they want a house or an apartment? What type of grocery bills do they think they'll be using? Do they want to have extra money for activities and going out to have fun? Do they want extra money to be able to buy clothes? It asks them all sorts of questions about, how they want to be able to live. So at the end of their reality check, it also gives them a list of careers that would be a good fit for the lifestyle they want to live. So for example, if it says that they're going to, need to make at least $100,000 a year to provide for the lifestyle they want, that might be an eye-opener for the students that said that they wanted to be, maybe a manager at the Whataburger that they're working at right now. If they're not going to make $100,000, but that's what they want to make as far as their lifestyle goes, then that might change their mind about the career path that they're going to try to go down. So this gives them some ideas of what occupations make, $100,000 a year or whatever it is that they need to fit their lifestyle. So students will have a chance to look through those occupations given to them through Texas Reality Check. So to evaluate the lesson, after the students have done both the research on their original occupation and then they have taken the Texas Reality Check, students will then get into groups and talk with a partner about these questions that are listed here. So as students are talking, the counselor will of course walk around and speak to the groups and partners, talking about, each of these questions and help guide them if they need help. So the questions that they'll be answering are, is the salary of your career choice enough for your desired lifestyle? If not, how much more do you need to make? So again, they're going to compare what they found on ONET for their original career choice, and they're going to compare that to the Texas reality check, what they needed to make to fit their lifestyle. So if those don't match, they'll need to figure out how much more they need to make on top of that. The second one, what adjustments can you make to your desired lifestyle to better suit your career choice salary? So another option would be, okay, maybe I can cut out some of the things that I chose on my Texas reality check. Maybe I don't need extra money every month to buy new clothes or to buy new makeup, or for entertainment. Maybe I can make that fit into my salary for my original career choice. Number 3, did any of the career choices from Texas Reality Check interest you? So maybe Texas Reality Check gave them some new ideas of some other career paths that they hadn't thought about before. Number 4, what education did the careers listed on the Texas Reality Check require? So was that an associate's, bachelor's, master's, or etc.? And then the last one, are you surprised about the cost of living? Does this make you want to pursue a different career path? So ultimately, that's what we, really want to know. A lot of times students don't pay for a lot of their own, means while they're in high school, so they don't understand how much things really do cost when they're on their own. So a lot of times this is an eye opener. I know it was for me. I did this, when I was trying to decide what I was going to pursue. And it really is kind of crazy how much some things do cost. So I think these questions are really good for them to look at after they have done both of these activities. To close the lesson, each student will receive a sticky note and write down one thing that they learned from the lesson, and then one question that they still may have. They will place these then, you can either have a piece of butcher paper up on the board or just have them come place it in the front of the room somewhere. The counselor can answer some of those additional questions with whatever time they have remaining left in the lesson. This whole lesson should take about 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending on how much time the counselor has with the class. To follow up with the students, the counselor should meet with the students to discuss post-secondary options for their career choices. So after giving the students a little bit of time to think about the actual career choice that they may want to pursue based on the information they gathered from this lesson, then the counselor should be able to give them some post-secondary options. So whether that is going to college or going to a trade school, the counselor should be able to help these students decide what the best option for them is based on their career choice. So that should be followed up, I would say, within probably a week or so, just so it's still fresh on the students' minds as to what they talked about in this lesson. As far as some of the questions about the resources, I found ONET through the career counseling class that I have taken at ASU. I thought that it was a really great resource that should be shared with students. So I really wanted to use that in my lesson plan. And then the Texas Reality Check, I actually found through one of my undergrad classes. We did the Texas Reality Check. I forget what the name of the class was, but we also talked about that in the career counseling class through ASU as well. So I think those are two great resources to use kind of also hand in hand, just so students are, really thinking about how one affects the other, and how much I make is going to affect how I am able to live my life and the lifestyle that I'm going to have. And I think a lot of times students don't think about that until maybe it's too late and, they pick a career path that doesn't really suit the things that they want to do, and then they're kind of stuck at some points. So I think it's really important to share that information with them, while they still have a chance and they're still planning what they want to do. Trying to make sure I answered most of these questions. I'm not including any videos with this lesson plan, just because I think that the activities will take up quite a bit of time. I think it may be a good idea to, in the next session, show a video concerning, actual college students talking about maybe their career choices and their lifestyle, so that students can kind of see what actual college students think about it. I think I've answered all of the other questions about the guidance lesson. I think that this would be very beneficial for the 10th through 12th grade students, as I mentioned at the beginning, just for their planning purposes, and even to take some of the classes in high school that will help prepare them for those careers. I know at my school, we offer a lot of really great programs that students can be a part of, that they can actually gain certifications before they graduate. I know, like for culinary, they have one, and for the veterinary class, they can gain certifications. Engineering, there's all sorts of things that they can do before they even graduate high school. So I think it's a really great opportunity, and it's something that they need to start thinking about fairly early on in high school, so that they can make the best decision for them. So I hope that I have covered everything for this assignment, and I hope that you're staying safe and that you had a great Easter with your family.